3D matters, and that's what's happening today in Operation Kiss Me on Kiss 92. We have Mark and Hayden, two very young 20-somethings who started a business, and we are about to find out what that is about. Hello, Hayden and Mark.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So can you tell us a little bit about your company, 3D Matters?
Basically, we're actually a 3D printing solutions provider. We're one of the few in Singapore.
So who uses 3D printing now? I mean, I've seen them in the movies where, they print faces primarily, and I'm sure there are other objects which the 3D printers can print. But who are the people who want your services right now, and why did you start it?
We actually target the designers, artists, and even architects as well.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, our main clients are in the creative side. So we have product designers, even the advertising industry. So they do mock-ups, they do models for clients and stuff like that.
So they design it in their computer, and then you print it into a physical object.
Yep,
that's the whole point of this.
That's correct.
So clients can visualize what it will actually feel like when it's out in the real world, and they can touch it. So it's for like prototyping and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we also have clients like toy makers. We 3D print toys so that they can do a prototype, and then they will mass produced.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
But is it only for prototyping? I mean, is there any other use for 3D printers? Not just commercially, but I guess
For the home user?
Retail,
Yeah.
for the home users and at retail level.
You can actually produce like jewelry, or if you have your own designs at home, you just send it to us. We can just produce a unique jewelry, like say for Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
So it's only unique to the person you're giving to.
So this is better for creating unique, sort of more one-of-a-kind items. But you at this point, you don't mass produce with a 3D printer. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. No,
Okay.
not at the
You
moment for
it's
mass.
not cost-effective and
Well,
Yeah,
for the very
it is,
first time, we actually checked out a 3D printer, and that was quite cool. It's a huge machine. What was the initial investment like for you to start this company?
We actually put in close to 120,000.
Right.
But we got a silent partner to come in to invest with us as well.
What
So,
gave you
yeah.
the idea? Because neither of you came from that background, right? I mean, one of you studied mass communications, the other
Aerospace engineering.
aerospace engineering. Yeah. So what's that going to do with 3D printing?
3D printing actually came from the engineering background.
I can imagine.
So yeah, I was
Yeah.
prototyping.
Mhm.
So back in Australia when I was studying, I had to do a final year project.
Right.
So I couldn't find any ways to make a prototype. So I found out about 3D printing. And I realized that in Australia, people are familiar with this technology, but not in Singapore. Not
wow.
yet.
You would think
so
Singapore would be on the cutting edge of this kind of
That's
thing.
what I
you know?
thought as well.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why they're starting, right?
So,
Yeah.
so are you the only or among the few who are?
For now, there are a few other companies, but we can say that
But we're
we are.
better.
I like
better.
the attitude.
That's the
Yes,
spirit.
Yes, that's the spirit.
We are the only one with that caters to the creative industry now. The rest
Oh.
is more of engineering.
I have a question
manufacturing.
about the printers. Right now, I only see them being printed in a uniform color. And usually it's light white or off-white.
Okay.
Can you do color? When can you do color?
we can do full color actually.
You can?
That's
Multicolour?
depends, yeah, on the
We
industrial
can.
size ones, which
really?
is the big ones we have back in the office.
So you
Arnold,
can
but
actually
they-
do a full color print
Yes.
of a face
Yes.
with the hair and everything.
Everything.
inside.
Everything.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's
Arnold,
amazing.
you mentioned
yeah.
movies. They're printing.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
a movie called Paranorman. It's a stop motion animation, and you should check it out. And they print all the faces that they use, and they just replace the faces as
Yep.
they make the movie in the stop motion animation, and it prints out in full color. And they use like a powder. Is that the
Powder
machine you're
base.
talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
You print out with a powder. Whatever color you put in a computer, it will
Yeah, it
print
comes
that
out.
out. It's
In
quite
full
amazing.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff have you guys printed out with this machine?
We've had faces. We actually printed a version of Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Yeah.
Craig.
So it's on our website.
What if, say, somebody, like one of us wanted to have faces of our children printed? Can we do that or not?
Do you
Yeah.
get that? And what is the cost like? Because I believe you also said that part of the reason why you're doing this is to bring affordable 3D printing to Singapore. So
Correct.
what's the price range like?
Actually, first of all, the process is we have to 3D scan you in order to get the 3D files.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's
and
with
then-
like the green grid
Yes,
over your
correct.
face.
The mesh.
MRI machine.
Yeah. And then after that, we will put through the system, and then we'll 3D print out. The 3D scan itself, you have to stand still for 15 minutes. That will take about $200 to $300.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
the 3D print, it depends on the size because it's by material. So
I
if
see.
it's
So if I wanted a full size,
Yeah, a
version
full
of
Arnold
me.
size. Wow, that's
is
gonna
that really
cost
going to be expensive? I'm just curious.
yes, it would.
super, right? I mean, what are we talking about? 5 figures?
A full life size, yeah.
But are you having
Figures.
people come to you already and
Yeah.
getting 3D prints done of their kids or themselves? And is this have you started up doing this? Are you advertising it or what?
Not yet.
But you're capable of doing it.
Yes, we are.
Alright.
For now, we are actually trying to strengthen our infrastructure, like
Yep.
the 3D scan and all the procedures. We want to make it as refined as possible so that it'll be like a studio.
Like the workflow. You got to get your
Yes.
workflow in order.
yeah. So somebody coming into the studio and then we just scan it and then we go through the system.
I think it's really heartening when young people are being pioneers in an industry because you
Yeah.
don't really know how it's going to be accepted. You know, whether you're going to reap the benefits of being a pioneer because many times you could be the first to start it,
Yeah.
but somebody else does it and they are the one who reap the benefits, right? So tell us the mindset you're at and how do you see that? I mean, being the pioneers because you are.
This industry is very young but it's growing very fast.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we shouldn't even be telling people about all this. You should be on the down low. You don't want competitors springing up. You know how
No.
Singaporeans
They
are.
look ready to tell the world about their product.
Yeah,
right?
because
So
they-
take the lead.
Yeah, if you know you're good
Yep.
and you can do it better than others, then sing it out loud. Break into a song.
'cause, I mean, if we do get competitors, it means that the market is strong. It means
Yes.
that
Yeah.
people want to do what we want to do. So
It means you're in the right industry.
Yeah,
If you have no
so-
competitors, it's like, maybe what are we doing out here
Yeah.
alone?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I can imagine how it could be very useful for designers.
Yeah, totally.
You know, my
Designers.
brother is a designer, so
Oh,
he
cool.
designs, say, furniture, and it's always very hard because when you want to work with craftsmen or say carpenters in
Yep.
whether it's Malaysia or Thailand, just the language itself,
Yeah.
and having a 3D model is just gonna make one's
Yeah,
life
it
so much
helps a lot.
easier,
Yeah,
right?
we actually have designers that come to us. We 3D print their products and then they will bring it over to say Thailand and China and then they get it modeled and then they mass produce it.
Sweet.
Oh.
Yeah,
and,
so-
and
so
how
we're
many
part of
people
the
do you have
process.
working with 3D Matters now?
Just both of
Just
us.
the two of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose to keep the
They got the
costs
machines.
down, right?
Yeah, machines is the thing, right?
Mm.
The
Yeah.
machines do all the work. No offense, but
Yeah. How many hours are you working a day right now?
Actually, it depends. If there is
Yeah.
urgent jobs, we actually work throughout the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The price of being your own boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last weekend we only slept 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're still young, so I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Yeah, we
What-
can't do that.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm-
Well, all the best. I think you guys are going to do very well.
Yeah, I think
Thank
this is
you.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's make a stop motion movie, okay?
yeah.
I'll write up a
No
script.
problem.
This is gonna be awesome.
Hopefully not when you're like 85, huh? Do it like next year or something.
Sure.
3dmatters.com.sg if you want to check out their website or print out a model. Well, that's the web address. Thanks, Hayden and Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.